Hey everyone, we're back. Sorry we had a lost connection, so I'm going to start over for this Facebook Live. So this is our first Facebook Live, doing it with two people, interview style. Normally our writers are on talking directly to the camera, and hopefully you've caught some of those. We've had some of our big names on there: David French, Jim Garrity, Rich Lowry.
Me.
Kat has done. Obviously, Kat has done one. Actually, Kat's Facebook Live was our, by far our most popular one that we've done, so we hope that she'll do plenty more of them. So for those that were not on the previous video that just got screwed up, welcome, and we encourage you to go ahead and click the subscribe button on the top. I think it's on the right corner. That just means that you'll get our live updates in the future, so that when we go live, you'll be notified right away. If you can go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. We love to know all the many states that are that tune into our lives, as well as people overseas. I've seen even people from Australia tuning in the past. So let us know where you're watching, and go ahead and share the video if you think any of your friends would like to hear some of the things that we're going to talk about. So getting back to that, what we are going to be talking about is some of the crazy stories that Kat writes for National Review. So for those of you that don't know, she covers a lot of politically correct news that you see coming across the site. So I want to go ahead and read some of the most recent headlines of some of her stories, just so you can get a taste for the kind of things that she's dealing with on a daily basis and reporting back to you. So yesterday, Whoopi Goldberg says blonde hair weaves are cultural appropriation. Period tracker app is afraid to use the term female because it might offend transgender people. Sorority cancels Kentucky Derby themed party over concerns of racism. Students create a healing space to recover from a speech that they didn't even attend. And girls may be too upset by microaggressions to take the SATs. Now that one stood out to me because I was like, talk about sexism.
Right.
And these are liberals that are saying this. So I guess I want to ask you, how long have you been writing about these issues, and where do you find these crazy stories?
I go into the depths of the internet where I have certain blogs that I look at. I put certain words together. You start to notice these catchphrases like microaggressions or white privilege or is offended by or intersectional feminism, and you just kind of search for it in certain spaces. You can find it. Plus, I've been writing about this stuff for about 3 to maybe even going on 4 years now, so you kind of start to know where to look. And what words to put together to find them.
Have you seen it getting worse over time, or is it just like a continuation?
Absolutely. I mean, people, like the one I wrote about today is that, Spice Girls, Scary Spice, is racist because she's the only black one, and she's Scary Spice. But she just gave an interview talking about she liked that name because it was, she was very opinionated, and women at the time weren't able to be as opinionated, and she took it as a compliment. But what they're saying is, it doesn't really matter. And it was a bunch of white people being like, this is offensive. So it's so much more offensive to say that she can't decide for herself. So it's moving the pendulum in the opposite direction of saying, we know better than you, fewer choices with what to talk about, what you're allowed, how to share experiences. And it just seems like people are respected for getting as creative as they can with things they can be offended by.
I totally agree.